Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Mass Priestess. I am Lem. Every collective reading is an invitation to reflect and not a rule to follow. Trust your own intuition and on your own path. This message is an emergency reading. HECATE came. She's the mommy. She's the big mother. And I got some information of a past person that's struggling in your life. So it's someone from your past. And they are struggling with contacting you. So there's a lack of trust between both of you. The other person in general just doesn't trust people really at all, but they did trust you the most. So you did get, even if they weren't fully transparent and totally honest with you about a lot of things, they trusted you more, and if they feel like they've trusted you more than they've ever trusted anyone else, actually. But it's weird how I wrote this, so I'm just going to read it and then say what it was supposed to say, too. The other person doesn't trust easily or at all with people, but they don't trust you won't try to hurt them. Actually, what was supposed to be there is they don't trust that you won't try to hurt them. But in the way I wrote it is they don't trust you won't try to hurt them, or that they won't hurt you. And it's weird how I wrote it because I didn't use any commas or anything. So it says they don't trust people easily or at all with people, but don't trust. It was weird. It felt like they trust you, but they don't trust you. They don't trust the fact that you won't try to hurt them, even though they do have some trust in you. And they also don't trust themselves in the fact that they won't do something that might hurt you, or they won't say something that might hurt you. So they very much want to be sensitive to you and your emotions at this time. They are energetically reaching out, and this is a quotation of what I heard them saying. There is so much I want to say, yet I fear I won't be believed. I fear they will think I'm making excuses. They won't believe me. I'll be rejected. They will use my words against me, or use their words to hurt me. So this person's very fearful that you won't believe them, you'll think they're lying, and that you'll turn around and use whatever they say to hurt them in some way. So this person has a lot of insecurities when it comes to trust, especially when it comes to trust and communication. So this person in the past may have had difficulties already with communication. They may have had difficulties with emotional communication and their ability to feel vulnerable, which might be the reason why they're a past person, right? So let's get some information here about this. I'm just going to roll this because I want to see kind of what energy also is following along with this. Okay. We have Gemini and Neptune, subconscious, 11th house. Okay. They may be struggling, so I'm not even going to try to get into like the astrology around this, but Neptune is like subconscious, secrets, unseen stuff, right? It's illusions, escapism. Dreaming. You might be dreaming about this person a lot. With Gemini, the Lovers is coming in for me is a past relationship you had. It's not coming in as like a Gemini, all the Gemini traits, but choices made, connections, decisions. I'm hearing a lot about like choices and direction. I'm getting from that. And in the 11th house is like community and belonging. So it's like They might have made the wrong decisions with the people that they decided, or their friends or their community. They might have made wrong decisions when it came to love relationships. This is heavy things that are going on that in the subconscious is coming to their conscious mind right now. They also have secrets. They also have some things that they don't want people to see or know about them. So contacting you, they are energetically reaching out. That's definitely confirmed with Neptune. And then Uranus there has some like insights, like it's sudden, unconventional truths. So this energy is coming in quick and sudden. You might get flashbacks, you might get imaging, you might just hear something or feel something real quick related to this person. And with Gemini too, there's just like this like struggle with communication. So let's pull some cards. I want to get right into it. Okay. So what do I want to ask? What do I want to ask? Okay, Spirit. So this past person is struggling with contacting you. Okay, let's just start right there. This is a past person that's struggling to contact you. What is going on with this past person struggling to contact you? Okay, wait. I'm holding my deck upside down. So let's try this again. Past person is trying to contact you but scared. Okay, yeah. They're brokenhearted about some illusions and options, choices. That Neptune energy really is about these dreams, delusions. They're like idealism, like thinking things would be better for you and better for them if they went ahead and did this, but they're heartbroken at the choices they made. And they're heartbroken about some illusions that they may have said to you because of fearful of trusting, right? So I'm getting little white lies, keeping certain things in the unseen. It fractured your relationship. It fractured your friendship. Okay. What's with the lack of trust, Spirit? Why don't they trust the collective at this time? Okay, they are not taking action. I mean, they're thinking about it, but they're not taking action because they're sitting and knowing the truth right now. They're trying to kind of like absorb and kind of just take a moment to just rest from it all. Something might have chaotic have happened, but you know the truth of something. And they also want you to know the truth about something. And it's important too. And they want to take action, but it's in thought. They might have written, like I said, they might have sent emails and it might be in your spam. They might have called from a different number, left you a voicemail, or texted something or whatever that you just like pushed off because you didn't know it was them when they were just trying to see if you would react. So they've put out little feelers out there. They had made some small attempts. They could be writing something and then deleting it, writing something and deleting it, or just going through their head about what they want to say, and they're just trying to now take everything that they do know and now that everything that they've realized and just kind of sit with it for a moment. Knowing you know the truth, they have to figure out how to come towards you, I'm hearing. Okay. So the lack of trust, this is why they're laying on the swords. There's like one sword that they don't trust sharing. It's like you already know a lot about this person, but it's like there's something going on here where this one thing, this one action is what they're scared about and they're fearful about. Fearful that you will hurt them or they will hurt you. What's that about? Oh, there's the Lover's card. There's the Gemini. Okay. They know how emotionally in tuned you are, how connected you are. They have a lot of emotions towards you. They also know that you are very emotional and sensitive to certain things. I feel like there's been a lot of heartbreak in here. And so they don't want to hurt you. They also don't want to hurt themselves. So it's like they want to make some sort of offer as a choice for you that can let you emotionally decide. But they also are fearful that if you reject them by them giving you this offer, that they're going to be rejected, emotionally rejected. This definitely is an ex. This is absolutely an ex. Absolutely an ex. Okay. They care a lot about you because they don't want to hurt you. They want to make an offer that shows up kind of with it's material in the physical world. They want to give you a physical world offer via text, via email, via letter. But they want to be very, very careful in what they say. They do not want to be emotionally rejected. They want to try to show up with vulnerability because they know you can. They know you do. So they know you'll just be yourself and be emotionally vulnerable to the situation. So they don't want to hurt you because they know you're going to be vulnerable towards them. You might be a little defensive, but internally they know your core is very empathetic and compassionate, and they don't want to step on that. They don't want to do anything to cause any need for pain or harm against you for no reason. And they may have done it in the past, which is why you don't trust them. So let's see here. Energetically reaching out. There's so much I want to say, yet I fear I won't be believed. I fear you will think I'm making excuses. You won't believe me. I'll be rejected. And they will use my words to hurt me. They'll use my words to hurt me. Oh, this is a lot. Yeah, so this is how they think you see them. And you'll never stop seeing them like this. Deceitful, sneaky. They think you will always look at them as a deceitful liar. What do we have here? The High Priestess, the Chariot, Four of Cups, Knight of Wands, Three of Wands, Knight of Swords, the Moon. Wow. They know how intuitive you are. They know that you know a lot of their secrets, like I said earlier. So they know they can't do this anymore. They know they can't balance that with a priestess. There's no way that someone can be deceitful and think that they're going to be above. See how the Two of Pentacles is up and the other one's lower? They like know so much now that they cannot try to be that way towards you all. And that's how you've seen them. So they don't want to anymore. They want to come forward, but there's a refusal to look at the vulnerability aspect I'm hearing. The cup is empty, right? But these ones are too, but they're focusing more on like all these empty cups and all the past events, and this is why I can't do this, and this is why I can't do that, and now I just want to shut down. I don't care about it. It's not even worth it. Don't even bother, I'm hearing. But they know there's an opportunity to this. They just don't know how to accept that part of themselves, I'm hearing. Accept the vulnerability. Accept that they can show up with a cup. You know, even with a cup, they can show up. Trying to show up with a cup. Even if it's not full, just show up with the cup. You know, they're struggling with that. But they are getting to this point where they want to move and take action. And they may have done it a lot more spiritually than in the physical. Through dreams. You might be dreaming about this person randomly. I'm hearing cognitive insomnia, so like you might be dreaming about this person and waking up in conversation, waking up in thought, and you were just interacting with that person. So you feel like waking up, you feel restless or something. You're like, what was that all about? And then you start thinking about it. And then we have, I want to make sure you can see it, but we have the Three of Wands and the Moon. So they're looking and planning and trying to see what their ships are coming in. They have been planning a long-term, like their long-term objective and drive for a long time, what they want. But it feels a little different now. It feels a little different because this Knight of Swords is turning backwards towards it. It's turning back towards the waiting for the ships to come in, almost like the ships are different now. He or she is waiting for something else to come in. It's almost like an argument with one's past self, right? Like you were going to head down this road. This is the road you were going to take with the Chariot. This is the road you were going to take. Now it's like, I don't want this anymore. I'm looking at my Three Cups. This is not what I want, but I don't know how to take action towards what I do want. So now I'm reevaluating, right? I'm rethinking about my long term, and I'm keeping it hidden. I'm keeping it hidden. I'm emotionally keeping it hidden with that Moon. I'm going to hide these illusions because I don't know if they're going to actually happen or not. So I think something might have happened with this person's ego. They got like an ego hit. Yeah, I feel like they got an ego hit. Hold on, let me see here. Let's see. This deck is calling to me and another deck is calling to me. So, let's see. Maybe we can get some answers about like what happened in the past between you two. Something happened where both of you feel like you can't trust each other. There's a lot of heartbreak here. Any other messages, Spirit? Whoa, okay. Oh, this one was like standing up against something. They want back in your life, but refuse to confront their ego. I don't know. I feel like they have a bit confronted their ego here. I think it's heartbreaking for them to realize the illusions that were casted, but they want back in your life. We also have runner energy. They were avoidant. I think this is something, and they're avoiding now, right? But they really had avoidant energy. So they're kind of like resting in this understanding of that, of themselves, I feel. What else do we have here? Alright, I think this is part of what happened too, because this flipped up. The trust issues might have been they were moving through life ego first, causing destruction instead of construction. So I'm getting that in the past, when you were with this person, there was a lot of ego involved. So instead of constructing and building a solid foundation, all that stuff, it was mostly about their ego. We have unspoken expectations causing problems. Yeah, lack of communication, a lack of ability to communicate, and speak on their needs, on their wants. Yep, feeling exposed and unable to hide anything from you. Spot the frick on. Spot on. We also have not giving them attention they seek bothers them. So I'm not going to keep this one because that's already kind of given, right? But if you haven't responded to anything that they've sent you because you just didn't know, or you don't answer unknown calls, or you don't respond to texts from numbers you don't know, anything like that, it bothers them. So they've kept trying. Okay, what else can we have here, Spirit? I might use the other deck too. Okay, this might have been a big issue in your past with this person. They don't see your potential. People are in for a rude awakening that you are a lot stronger and more powerful than they think. This gives me this vibes right here. They never knew how intuitive and how spot on you were about everything. And they didn't see that at the time. You might have like caught them in a lot of shit and was like, that's weird. And then like they might have said something to you and you've been like, that doesn't sound realistic to me. Like, I don't know, that's weird. I don't know why someone would say that, or I don't know why that would happen. And they'd be like, well, yep, it did. And you're just like, all right, but that's just weird to me. And so next thing you know, little babies are growing in. Next thing you know, they're realizing, oh my God, they had a rude awakening that you are way more stronger and powerful than they think. Yeah, they might have corrupted the relationship by contaminating it and tainting it. They might have done something that really made you like, I'm done. Like, I'm just, like, this can never go back to the way it was. It's been tainted and contaminated at this point. There's no coming back from that, you know? Okay. I've got a few more interesting ones here. Keep them separate. We have addiction. They could have had addiction issues as well. I'll put that one right here. They could have had some sort of addiction issues that maybe you didn't know about. They kept them hidden. Maybe you knew and they were like clean, but then they were doing stuff behind your back. We have independent to your face, but extremely codependent. This person could have been very much like, I want my independence, I want my alone time, I need solitude, I need space, blah, 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 blah. But in reality, their independence was more avoidant than anything else, and instead would cause codependency. They would become codependent. Not loyal to a fault with the wrong people. Loyalty to self first. I feel like this is you, collective. Like you've learned from it. And so now you're no longer like loyal like that anymore. Yeah, this is also like you too. You have not lost anything. Don't be sad. It will be replaced by something better. Like, I think you kind of like realize that, and like that's why you're like, I'm not down with you like that anymore. I'm not down like that with you anymore. Let me see here. This one feels like it wants to say something. Just put this over. This one. They're all so big that I had to break them down because these get so massive. Like if you saw what I have, like you'd be like, yeah, you can't shuffle that map. Like a deck this big, can't shuffle that. Yeah, you gotta break them up. Okay. Let's pull something for the collective in this situation. Where they actually are. I don't feel anything coming off those ones. Yeah, like it's an illusion, a projection of them, not you. Like I feel like you already got there. Like you already got there with the illusion cup. Like you already caught on. You made them feel exposed. So you already know what's going on. Okay. Well, you're favored by God. Absolutely. You are favored by God. I think they've figured that out. I think they really figured that out. I think when everything kind of went down, you took back your energy. I think it took their spiritual protection away too. Yeah. Completed, liberated. You ended that cycle with them and walked away and took back your energy. Okay, so this person here thinks about you with a heavy, intense fixation, unable to shake you from their mind. That is what's happening. You might be feeling this, okay? The thoughts might be coming. Like you completed and liberated yourself from it to a point where you've grown so much. You are unrecognizable to this person. And they heavily have intense fixation on you. You have no energetic room for people who aren't working on themselves to work on you. Their options have zero weight. So if somebody's not working on themselves and then they try to work on you, you're like, I'm not going to listen to your opinion. You've like done zero work on yourself. Like, who are you to talk to me? They had whatever they have said about like anything. This is another thing of like why they don't think you're gonna believe them. Why don't they feel like you are on a whole other level? So they like don't know who you are anymore either. So they're conditioned to the past version of you, but also understanding how far you've grown beyond them, that they are petrified in talking with you. They don't know how you're going to react to them at all. So it's not necessarily a trusting thing. There's a lot more fear and they lack self-trust in order to be like with you, to say anything like about how they feel. I'm hearing they're just gonna laugh in my face if I say this. They're just gonna laugh in my face. Yeah, because you don't have any energy room for people who aren't working on themselves, right? So if they come talking to you and they haven't done any work on themselves, they don't come with accountability. They don't come with any like apology, clarity, transparency, and honesty. Even if they were like, I know this sounds like an excuse, blah, 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 but I just wanted you to know, da, 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 da. If they're not coming to you in good faith, you're going to catch on to that real quick. Yeah, stoic communication and impartial. Seeks own information before making a decision. I feel like that's kind of where they're at too. You're definitely there. And I feel like they think you're going to be reactive, you're going to be yelling or whatever. But I really do feel like you'd be like, okay, I'm going to listen to what they have to say, or I'm going to read what they have to say. And then you're going to be impartial to it. You're not going to attach anything to it. You're not going to attach any beliefs to it. You may get triggered a little bit because of how crazy things went. I mean, you have tainted and contaminated. So like, and this person was like causing destruction in your life. But I feel like whatever they have to say, you're going to respond with the same energy. Right? And I don't think they realize that. Like, your responses match the frequency and the energy in which they confront you. So if they confront you calm, collective, stoic, you're going to come in calm, collective, and stoic. If they try to come at you acting like that, but backhanding comments or, you know, poking at things from the past, that you're not going to deal with that. You're going to call that shit right out. So they need to recognize that right off the bat. Okay? I think we're good there. We'll just pull some more cards. See if we can see any alignments here. We're going to use this deck. So, just make sure it's just shuffled. Yeah, there's definitely some conflict. Some, like, winning at all costs BS. They wanted to freaking just constantly ego first, just causing destruction, like, unnecessarily. So let's see. They want back into your life, but refuse to confront their ego. Runner energy. They definitely, this landed on runner energy and the codependency, where underneath it, it's resting with the sword of truth and taking action. Yeah, they definitely have some regrets they're working through. They have some anxiety and grief and guilt and what happened that they're trying to work through, which is another cause for runner energy, avoidant and codependency type activity. Not wanting to confront that part of themselves. But it looks like they're trying to, because having this energy come out in the cards doesn't give me this person is this way right now. This is like, I've realized it. I'm resting on this knowledge, right? I'm resting on this knowledge I was given, or I realized from the collective. There's just one sword of truth that they're keeping to themselves, but it's like, you already know what that is. You already know what that is. They know you know. And if there's anything that needs to be clarified, it feels like they want to clarify it, okay? They want back into your life, but refuse to confront their ego. Yeah, winning at all costs. That's what happened. That's what caused them to have the heartbreak, the illusions, and all of that stuff. Trying to win at all costs and refusing to confront their ego caused them to just have like their own inner conflict. Of course, it caused conflict between you guys, but it's like now it's like this inner conflict that they're having where they're realizing this, and it's causing them to have heartbreak because they realize all the illusions and all the things they put on you because of their own ego, their own insecurities. So now they are definitely in an inner conflict that was caused by their own selves, feeling exposed and unable to hide anything from you. Oh my gosh, this is a chunk. A chunk. Well, we have the Hermit, Ace of Swords, Temperance, Queen of Cups. Like, you've persevered. You've already gone through it, right? You went through solitude. You figured out the truth of something. You alchemized it and came out more empathetic and more caring. But you're not someone to be taken advantage of. Like, she's standing there. She's got eight wands behind her. But look at her face. She's like, come on, bring it. Try me. Like, you're not about to get played just because you're compassionate and caring and empathetic. Like, you learned from it. You're not going to allow people to take that for weakness at all. So it's like, they know you've learned so much from experiencing the solitude and everything like that, and also the sword of truth, that like about what happened in your relationship, that you're not, they're exposed, and they can't hide anything from you because you took the time to do the work, right? Moving through life ego first, causing destruction instead of construction. Oh, justice. Yeah, they're getting justice. They're getting justice. Yeah. And that's why it's like so. We also have the Two of Swords here. They might be, that's the stalemate energy of them not being able to make a decision of whether or not to contact you or not. Because justice is coming in. Because underneath all this, we have an offer for a choice, right? Or an offer to a loved one, a partner, emotionally, with someone who is already very emotionally intelligent, okay? And this offer is materialistic because I don't think this person can even reach even close to the depth of how deep your emotions go. So what they can offer is only what they can offer, but they don't want to offer anything that's going to cause you to feel emotional pain, which is maybe them having gone through also some solitude to realize that the truth about how to communicate with you, the truth about their own behavior and their own way of communicating. And because they move through life ego first and causing destruction, they have caused emotional harm to you. So justice is coming in. Justice has come in. Let's see here. Addiction, tainted, and contaminated. The two of Swords fell out. I don't know if that's because it was loose in the thing. Oh, we've got right here the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Cups right here. And the Eight of Wands in the back. With the Two of Swords. Yeah, there's a stalemate in communicating with you because of their past. Maybe they've gotten clean right now. They see you as a Queen of Pentacles too. Four of Wands behind. They want to celebrate. They want to have a connection with you that is fun and no, not wrapped up in all this heavy stuff. But they contaminated it. Their addiction issues, whether it's addiction to drugs, people, schmegs, money, whatever their addiction is, Whatever their inability to do with codependency, like, this person may have just jumped from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, and it caused your relationship with them to be tainted and communicated because they didn't take the time to heal, right? They didn't take the time to heal, but this is what the hell they're looking at you right now. Of the Two of Cups, they want to reach out so bad, but that choice is extremely difficult for them. They know the truth, but they just don't know how to come. And here we have the Queen of Pentacles again, wanting to come in stable, wanting to come in grounded, like the Ace of Pentacles energy. So they don't see your potential. So this person didn't see your potential in the past, and they've had a rude awakening. They are a lot stronger and more powerful than they think. Let's see here. This one has the, why is this card just continuously coming out? I'm just going to put this down somewhere because they are at a stalemate. They are just struggling. They're just, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. The crossroads for them is extremely difficult. This is just not easy for them at all. Yeah. They didn't realize how strong you were and how powerful you were. For you to come back around and heal yourself, the amount of things that you had to fight off and defend yourself from, like even mentally and not just physically, like the amount of effort you had to put in to heal yourself and become stronger and more powerful. You were before, but after, it's just even more so. Let me get another reading on that. What is the other person feel about this now that the collective is stronger and more powerful than they had thought before? Yeah. We have the Sun and the Six of Pentacles. It highlights they have been shown that they did not give you the benefit of the doubt. They did not give you what they should have given, what you deserved at the time, because they didn't see your potential. They see that now. Oh, they see it. They for sure see it. They see all of it. Thinks about you with heavy, intense fixation, unable to shake you from their mind. They're heavily fixated on you. Yeah, Temperance. They're so fixated on you because they're like, how in the world did the collective get there? Did the collective do that? I don't understand. They know now what they did. They see who you become. Maybe not fully. Maybe they're just watching you and seeing these little things happen, but they're like, how? How did this happen? How did I not see this in this person? Okay. You are completed. You completed the cycle and you're liberated. So you healed a lot within yourself and liberated you from the toxic patterns and all that. The illusion. You liberated yourself from those illusions. And this Page of Pentacles. False offers. False promises. False stability. The start out of building something. Manifesting. Starting the journey where thoughts and emotions become tangible and physical reality can become, and you're starting to build security, build a home with each other. That was the illusion, dude. That was the illusion that you were under. I bet that was so heartbreaking to realize that, like, all these things that were being said about how you were going to build your foundation, your security, and where you wanted to go with this person, and they effed up. They effed it up hardcore. I am hearing them say, I effed up so bad. I feel so effing bad about this. I can't believe it took me this long to see this, to realize it. How couldn't I have seen it in the beginning? I ruined everything. That's what they're saying. I ruined everything. They're like worse off than they were before when they were with you. Even through the struggle and everything that you guys had to go through. Like, even your own personal struggles. Like, you still would have been better off had they had just, I'm hearing, listened to you. Like, they wouldn't listen to you. They didn't have the trust in listening to you at all for some reason. And that was just like a personal flaw of their own. But like, I'm hearing you would tell them things about, like, you, very intuitive. Like, you'd pick up and see the future. You'd pick up and see, like, instead of being tunnel vision, you'd see how the full picture. You'd see the map of the sequence of events. If this happens, then this happens, and this happens. If this happens, then this happens, and this happens. And you could see and plot out how everything, which road was going to lead where. Okay? And they wouldn't believe you. They didn't believe you. They didn't believe you. Favored by God. Oop. Tower. I'm not surprised that brought a tower when they realized how favored by God you were. When you, like I said, when you walked out of that relationship, their spiritual protection, gonzo. Gonzo. And they're over here, like, now trying to reorganize what they thought their future was, trying to go backwards, but secretively. I don't really know. I'm going to catch on what that secretly is, but what they're doing behind the scenes. Yeah. Because they definitely got shocked. What's with the moon? What's with the Knight of Swords going backwards? Like, wanting to change what their long-term plan is. They want to go backwards and change their long-term plan, but they're doing something secretively. Hidden. What is it? What they're doing hidden. 6. Are you kidding me? You can't make this shit up, dude. Like, 6 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, they want to change their karma. They want to go back and fix things with you, hoping to change fate. Because they feel like you were fated for them. And they're secretly hiding that. They're keeping that hidden. They don't want anyone to know about you in their head, that they can't stop thinking about you, that they're fixated, intensely fixated on you. Because they have been shocked beyond belief. Justice has come in. They're in grieving. Okay? They've now seen the truth. And they're going, I have to go back in time. I have to go to each one of these cups to see what I effed up and did wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rungs on there. But there's 5 points on the pentacle. I don't know why that's important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know what the number 8 is for some people. 8 and 5. I don't know why it made me want to count those. 8 and 5. Maybe you were with this person 8 years ago, 5 years ago. Or they're looking 5 to 8 years in the future of where they want to be. They're going back in time because the foundations of their past long-term plans is effed up. that foundation of that, it's crumbled. It's gone. It's no longer going to be that way anymore. So now they have to go back, look at the past, and see what their long-term plans are and what their long-term goals are going to be now. Everything's changing for them. Their perception of things has changed. So they're rushing in the past, trying to figure out what went wrong in these 6 cups. Maybe you were with this person for 5 years. Maybe you were with this person for 6 years, 8 years. They could be looking 5 years in the future, 6 years in the future, 8 years in the future. But they're keeping it hidden. They're not talking about it. They're doing this in their own solitude, subconsciously. Friendship, community. They're also rebelling against what they're going through right now. I'm hearing slow burn. Slow burn. It's like I'm slowly burning myself away from this. This life I'm in, I'm slowly burning away from it. I see everything more clearly now. I see the illusions. I see my escapism, my addictions. I see all of that now. My ego boundaries have dissolved. They've been in your dreams. They've dreamt of you a lot. They've been dreaming of you a lot. You might have had, astral connections. You might have been dreaming about each other at the same time. I've had dreams in the past where I was talking with somebody to resolve an issue, and no longer than 5 days later, I'm hearing this person and they're so chill about everything now. Everything's cool. So did I ask them if they had the same dream? No, because I'm not going to be that weird sometimes, but I am usually that weird all the time. Alright. You're no longer loyal to a fault with the wrong people. You're loyal to self first. I think they've realized that now. Oh, High Priestess. Yeah. We also have the Hanged Man, so subconscious coming to consciousness. You also might have suspended your own self in time so that what was in your subconscious could come to the conscious. And then you're working with your High Priestess energy to see the unseen, which helps you realize that you have to focus on yourself first. That's the big key to things when it comes to manifesting, when it comes to one's intuition, when it comes to being in alignment, is having loyalty to self. Okay? You have not lost anything. Don't be sad, and it will be replaced by something better. Oh, look at that. The 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, babe. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. What? You didn't lose nothing. No matter what, even if you still struggle with this person or whatever, you didn't lose a thing. You are God's favorite. And being God's favorite causes towers in people's life. Okay? The foundations of their egos, their life, whatever they think happened, they do you wrong, it's gonna crash, and they have to turn back around and see what they did wrong. But no matter what, Something better is always gonna come. Something better, something you never expected. So they're just gonna swoop in. But on the topic of them reaching out to you, let's see if they actually will. Is this person going to reach out to the collective? Ooh, we get 10 of Swords. There's some betrayals going on. Yeah, they betrayed you. They have to come forward in truth. You are their star. And they know your perseverance. They know your perseverance. Perseverance was over here when I was talking about the Hermit with the Ace of Swords. Knowing who you are, knowing everything, you're still persevering. They know what they did. How they ended things brutally. Unnecessarily, I'm hearing. They know it, and they know they were the one holding the sword. You've healed, and you're still keeping up your boundaries. You're still you're still standoffish with this person, but you didn't close them off. I'm seeing you didn't close them off. Oof. They are carrying some heavy burdens that need to be addressed, that are probably going through a death and rebirth, ego. I mean, a bunch of stuff, but they're getting stuck in their head. They're having a lot of anxiety stuck in their head, feeling trapped. I can't get out of this. How do I change things? I want things to be different. I want to make things better. We get the Six of Cups down here, emotionally walking away from something. We have the Devil. Something very toxic is going on that they need to walk away from, but they manifested it. They manifested it by how they did everything, and their future that they wanted to have and what they created. Now they're going back in time going, oh no, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Or this way, whatever, which way. I manifested this toxic ass stuff in my life, and I'm emotionally walking away from it, but I don't know how long it's going to be till this. Here we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands showed up where? And we do have a lot of wands in here. There's the Knight of Wands. There's some passion here. Action, passion. They do want to take action on communicating with you, but this other stuff they got to deal with first. They got to deal with it. Yeah, they are emotionally moving on to something else. Let's see here. Yeah, they're trying to heal too with the Temperance. They're trying to emotionally walk away from something else and towards you. They're so fixated on you. It's driving them crazy. That they feel trapped. They feel like they can't do anything about it. With that Eight of Swords. The Devil keeps coming out. They might be with someone who's very toxic and definitely makes them feel like garbage. They could be in a relationship right now, which is another reason why they're scared to talk to you. But they do. They do want to communicate with you. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. Three of Cups. There's probably a third party involved. They're going to take the risk, though. There's that Two of Swords on the Tainted and Contaminated. And there's that Ten of Cups on the You Haven't Lost Anything. With the Hierophant. So, traditional. Wise. Whatever's coming, whatever you feel like you might have lost, you didn't. Because whatever's coming for you has structure. There's wisdom. It is sound. It is sound. with this Ten of Pentacles energy. For them, they're going to eventually make the decision, take the leap of faith, and they're just going to have to come in with the truth and be truthful, because you are in the Queen of Swords energy. They're risking entering to that. And the Queen of Swords is like, yes, come here. Come on, jump off the cliff. I'm getting that you're going to be much more lighthearted than you think or they think. You're going to keep your composure, that stoicism, that unbotheredness. You're going to keep this, even if there's like a third party something and this person just needs to tell you the truth about something, you're going to keep it pretty light. You're going to keep it light. Let the person say whatever it is they need to say, and you're just going to be like, okay. I don't think you're going to... I don't believe that the majority of you, there might be a few, depending on what you're going through, 9 of Cups, are going to be... There's the Tower. You're their wish fulfillment. I think enough time has passed where you've done so much healing that you're going to give this person the opportunity, but you're going to listen very well. You're going to listen and observe and use a lot of discernment before you respond to anything. All right, guys. This came in hot and heavy. HECATE wanted you to know. I mean, it must be coming in quick for HECATE to want me to get my attention and want me to know as, like, mom, to be like, hey, hon, this is what's going on. You need to do a reading on this. So I hope this helps, okay? I hope this gives some clarity. If anybody is needed some clarity on something that they've been feeling conflicted with, because this energy is very, like, conflicted and scared, but it's like, feels like it's very childlike. It feels like this person is in their inner child energy of, like, that's the shadow work that they need to do, like, to heal their inner child, is all this stuff. So it definitely feels very page energy, young energy. This person could be young. This person could be older and just finally realizing these things. They could be like the same age as you, but this energy itself is very in its infancy. It's very young. It's the energy coming towards you is very like, I'm scared and vulnerable, and I want to say this, but I'm scared. So the only advice I have for you is, if this person, if this reading will not resonate with you, if you are in a situation where you are like, I never want to talk to this person again, they are dead to me, you know? But if you know that, like, this person had a lot of issues and all this stuff, and, like, you wished it went better, you wished it had gone a different way, you wish things could be okay, then this reading is for you. Because if you're still in the energy of anger, of reactivity, emotional reactivity, then this isn't for you. And I'm not saying that there isn't going to be any topics of conversation that might be a little ping or a little bit of, like, an activation for you, but the growth that you've accumulated, you can enter into a conversation to say, that's a topic I don't want to talk about right now. Or to communicate to this person, I hear what you're saying, and I understand how you feel. I feel differently about it. Maybe we can talk about that another time. I don't think that's the topic we want to talk about right now. So if there's anything else you'd like to say, by all means, Let's go through the list. That's how I feel you're going to be showing up to this. Very stoic, very unbothered, very emotionally removed. And if that's not the case for you, then this reading is definitely not for you, okay? So, I'd love to hear your reflections or thoughts and comments below. Please comment. I love hearing from you guys. And if you enjoyed this reading, please hit the like button. It helps so much. And subscribe. If you've watched like 4 or 5 of my videos, you get the vibe now. You're picking up what I'm putting down. I think it's time for you to subscribe. Let's be buddies. Things are moving. We're going to be making stuff happen in here. So, I love you guys, and I appreciate all of you. And until next time, continue to pursue yourself with curiosity and compassion. Love you. Bye.